Okay, up till now we haven't spoken anything about either a success or a failure. Have we? No. Now we'll speak a little bit about it. How do you define success? How do you define success?
When you achieve something you want to.
Sorry?
When you achieve something that you want to.
Okay, when I achieve something that I want to. Okay?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction, that is defined by me. Okay?
Achievement of your goal set by yourself.
Achievement of a goal set by yourself. Okay? And success need not be, everything need not be a 1 crore lottery or a big entry into a. It need not be large, not to be very small also. Yeah? Okay. In our heads, and here we're talking about the way I hold success in my mind. Okay? So, whenever I pick a small activity or task and it becomes successful, it leads to a positive outcome. As I hold it in my head, we call it a success. Is that a very accurate definition? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah? So, I am simply calling any outcome which I hold in my head as positive, we call it as a success. Not so favorable outcome, I am not even calling it a negative outcome, as a failure. Okay? Now, I might have an internal locus of control and I could face failures. Yes or no?
Yes.
We are not saying that if you have internal locus of control, you will always pass or always fail. Did we say that? No. The outcome of events are going to be mixed for each one of us who are alive. Okay? It's only a question of the meaning that I make of the outcomes. Can you distinguish between the two? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah? Now the question is, let's pick a guy, for instance, who has an internal locus of control and see how does he deal with A or B. And then we'll take the case of a guy who might have a predominantly external locus of control, and then how does he deal with it. Okay? Before that, tell me one thing. The success or failure, is it exclusively internal or exclusively external? Both. It's a mix of both always, right? It's always a mix of both. We are only saying he holds himself or she holds herself predominantly responsible. We are not saying exclusively responsible. If I become extremely successful, I still would have maybe my parents to thank, my siblings who contributed, a couple of teachers, a couple of friends. Okay, so we are not talking about I am only responsible and everybody else is a non-entity, or I am completely not responsible, everybody else is the reason for my success. We are not saying it is exclusively A or exclusively B. We are saying predominantly this or that. Okay? Let's pick this guy. Okay? And before that, I would want to ask you a question. How many bank accounts do you have? Only one? Two.
3, 4.
4 also. Very good. Okay. Maybe I'll give you one more secret today. Each one of us have 2 more bank accounts that we don't operate, or we don't even know that it exists. You know that? No? Yeah? One bank account is called?
Confidence.
And the second bank account is called? Two bank accounts. This gets operated every day. Every day. Either voluntarily or involuntarily. It's not the same, the confidence is not the same today as it was a month ago or a year ago, or last evening or this evening. So there is a change in accounts and there are changing balances all the time. Okay? And the way this operates has a direct connection with this, whether we are aware of it or not. And let's see what is the connection. Let's pick this guy. Okay? First we are picking the guy or the girl who has an internal locus of control, which means this person believes that the outcomes of my life are predominantly. Don't forget the word predominantly. Predominantly determined by me. Okay? And then He goes into this IWPL match. The team has to score 12 runs in the last over, scores these 3 boundaries, and then comes out. What happens to him? First of all, how does he interpret this outcome? He will clench his fist, throw his hands up, the whole lot of celebrations happening, but there's internal little dialogue going on, very silently. And it's very deep, very meaningful. He's just telling me that, wow, I did a good job. I put the ball back to the ball. I stayed focused. I didn't get carried away. I stayed cool. And then the outcome of it is that we won the match. Possible? Or something very theoretical? Possible? Perhaps very real? Okay. Now when that happens, does any bank account operate? What happens to confidence? This is the guy, this is the time, this is an occasion where the confidence goes up delta because of the outcome of that event called scoring 12 runs in a match. And I came out and the meaning that I made was that I was predominantly responsible for the outcome of today's match. You take the same guy, same situation, same match, goes in, scores a 4, steps out to the next ball, he's stumped, loses the match, he comes out, there's a lot of, depression, sadness, but he's still alive with himself, no? How does he now engage in an internal dialogue?
He try to find out where he made a mistake.
We'll come to that. But just take one step before that. He's an I guy.
Yeah.
Is it not so favorable outcome? So what does he tell himself? I am responsible. And then what does that lead to? Okay, no, but internally, that's outcome. How does he engage with himself? He's a guy who has internal locus of control.
He will look at his mistake he has made.
Yeah. So since he has got an internal locus of control, the way he engages with it is that I was responsible, and then go into what is called as micro-clinicking, saying that I did this. Maybe I should not have done that. Maybe I need to be careful about this in future. So what it leads to is, there might be a temporary drop in confidence too, I'm not denying that. But perhaps since he's got internal locus of control, it is only as long as he sets his learning agenda right. So what happens as an outcome is an addition to his learning agenda. He's going to say that next time when I have to score 6 of the last 4 balls, or 8 of the last 4 balls, I need not jump out in the second ball itself. I can work on 2 singles, 1 double, and this and that, whatever. Make sense? Yeah? Now what's very interesting is that, irrespective of the outcome, this person whose primary predisposition to be an internal looking person, whose words is an internal locus of control, is converting both into some kind of a benefit for himself. Either the confidence goes up or the learning agenda goes up. And it is said that even in the event of a failure, the confidence dip is purely temporary until he is able to deal with it in a very, very functional manner. And then the confidence stays where it is.